What does making an offer on a home really mean? It's basically a promise that you're gonna pay X amount or be able to pay X amount for that home. But let's look at what goes into making an offer, because usually when you buy a house, you don't do it without making an offer. We're gonna get into 4 different things: what goes into making an offer, how to make a strong offer, negotiations, and what happens after it gets accepted. There are 4 key components to your offer: price, which is the obvious one, earnest money, contingencies, and closing date. You really need to research the market, consider your budget, and don't think that just making an offer that's over and above asking price is gonna get you the home. And don't think that making an offer under the asking price is not gonna get the home. That's why you have other strategies and tools to use other than price, like earnest money, contingencies, and closing date. Earnest money, this shows the seller that you're serious. Where does the earnest money go at the end when the offer has gone through and you have the home? The earnest money is credited for the entire transaction. Sometimes it's easier to say that it goes towards closing costs or X, Y, and Z, but it's credited for the entire transaction. We went through earnest money, now we'll do contingencies. They're conditions of the sale, like past inspection or appraisal, or if you currently own a home and you need that to sell, then you can make your offer contingent on the sale of your home. After contingencies, you have closing date. This can be somewhat flexible, and just because it's a faster closing date, if you offer a 14-day close, but maybe the sellers want a 30-day close, just to get all their affairs in order, communicate with the listing agent and determine what the sellers of the home that you're making an offer on actually want when you're making an offer. Aside from the things that we just talked about, price, earnest money, contingencies, and closing date, there are a few things outside of the actual offer, outside of the actual document, that are important to take into consideration when you're constructing your offer. Being pre-approved for the amount can be really critical for submitting your offer, especially in luxury markets. If you're submitting an offer on a home that's $2.5 million. Other than pre-approval, you have what's the local market like and what's the seller's motivation. So the local market, is it hot or slow? Is the market that you're in hot or slow? Do homes in the area take a little bit to sell, or do they fly off the market like COVID? Your agent here is going to be really critical to determine what type of market it is, if it's the buyers, if it's sellers, if it's the neutral market, to determine how much buying power as the buyer you have. One more thing not to overlook is the seller's motivation. This might give you clues as to how to structure your offer. It could be that the sellers want 30 days in the home after the closing of the sale to get their affairs in order to move out, but it could be that the sellers want a 14-day close and they want to close as soon as possible, get the home out of their hands as soon as possible because they want to move to Orlando. Okay, you got your offer in. Now what? Well, you have a few different things that can happen when your offer goes through. The seller can submit a counteroffer, they can just straight up not accept it, or they can accept the offer and move forward with the terms. Counteroffers can change the terms of the agreement completely. And yes, you can counteroffer. That totally works. If they say, if you offer below asking price by $50,000, they can come back and say $25,000, and you can come back and say $30,000. That's okay. And if they come back and counteroffer, you can just walk away and not sign that counteroffer. That's an acceptable route to take. And the third thing is they can accept the offer and you can move forward with the sale. You can go through inspection. Hopefully everything goes through with the inspection, and then close on the home. So making an offer is a complex but exciting time of buying a home. Remember, it's about price and the terms of the contract. Understanding how offers work generally allows you to communicate with your agent in a way that they understand. It gives you a little bit more power. If this video was of any value to you, please subscribe down below, and I would love to connect with you and be your real estate agent of choice, whether that's in 2 weeks or 2 years. And as always, I will see you in the next video tomorrow. Thank you.